Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we're going to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash, the bonders, our apostles and elders at Great Millstone rule well. Peace and salutation to the elect. Two of the brothers here from GMS Tampa Bay. Got the brother Mayan with me, brother Barack right here. All right, and pretty much as you see the title, never let a good crisis go to waste. No good crisis can go to waste. So what you see here over, what you see over there in what they call the Middle East, right? Which is pretty much Asia. These things is going down. And Esau Edom, he's gonna string this along as far as he can, because it's ultimately the Lord bringing forth his prophecies, man. So the Lord he's using every man is going to play out his role, fulfill his role that the Lord have set for him. So expect big things to happen. Like the Apostle Tahar said, I believe maybe going into 2021 or 2022, he said he don't see the Lord turning it down. And as we see these things, they have not turned down. Things just continue to amp up, which is ultimately leading us to our salvation.
You want to go into the Middle East?
Yeah, you.
This is Joel chapter 2. Just bear with me with my voice. It's Joel chapter 2 and verse 20. But I will remove far off from you the northern army, and will drive them into a land barren and desolate. Right, and that northern army is the American military. All right, it says, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate, with his face towards the east sea, and his hinder part towards the utmost sea. All right, so this is talking about that land over there in the Middle East, all right, specifically Saudi Arabia, which we see that Esau Edom's already being kicked out from over there. Saudi Arabia, in the sense of Saudi Arabia not being allied with America anymore, them making ties with other nations, but that work that he's doing, that east to the sea, all right, is the Persian Gulf, and then you have the east, the hindermost sea is the Red Sea, all right. So this is talking about over there in that Saudi Arabia land, which we've seen all the shit that Esau's been doing through Saudi Arabia with the petrodollar, all right, and it's led nations to the point to where we're at today. That's why now Saudi Arabia is pulling their ties away from America and going with other currencies to sell oil, because they're starting to see the pendulum change. It's starting to shift towards this Western ideology being brought down to a low. All right, and it goes on to say, did you want to add something before I continue?
I was just thinking about what they said. If you can't beat them, join them. So they see, Russia, which is the bear, rising up, and he is a guard to these smaller nations. So now that's why you see all these different nations, joining the BRICS. Now you got nations that ask them, can they join, and that's pretty much, Revelation the 17th chapter. The 10 horns, they shall hate the whore. The beast shall hate the whore.
It goes on to say, and his hinder part towards the utmost sea, and his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he hath done great things. All right, man, and the things that Esau Edom has done over there in the Middle East, man, specifically, through Saudi Arabia, again, the stranglehold they've been able to put around the earth through that petrodollar, status, hey, man, that stink has gone into the air. People has gone into people's nostrils, and they're starting to smell the funny business that's been going on. Okay.
We would have healed Babylon, but she cannot be healed. So that's sore,
And that's why the Lord is now gathering the nations over there in the Middle East, because that's where that stink was coming up from. So now the nations, why are the nations still over there? Because Esau's punk ass is still over there. He's still wreaking havoc in the land. He's got to get judged for those things. And other nations are now what? They're now mad. They're coming up out of that alcoholic state that they were in,
drunken state.
that drunken state that they were in, and now the cup is going to be passed on to these guys. That's why the Isaiah chapter 19. I know you got a precept. Isaiah 19 said that this place fell like a drunken man, staggereth in his own vomit.
You actually get that as well. Okay. That was it on that.
Yeah, that was it.
Can you go to the third chapter, verse 1?
This is Joel chapter 3 and verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem.
Yep. See, this is the time where the Lord, when it says bring again the captivity, this is him lifting the captivity off of us. you know, we coming to the time of our restoration, you know, where we're about to receive our salvation. Yahweh Shai is on his way back, and it's going to further explain how we can measure this time.
I will also gather all nations,
Yep.
and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
Yep, and parted the land. You see, so now the Lord is coming back to judge the wicked. You know, at the same time, he's lifting up Israel. He's gathering the nations to say Jehoshaphat, which is Yahweh Shaphat, Yahweh's judgment. That way, I will plead with them. He's not going to beg them there. He's going to judge them there. So what you see, that's why we titled it that let no good crisis go to waste, because ultimately the Lord don't let no crisis go to waste. He orchestrating everything, and through this, he's gathering these nations, because why? We're coming to the time of our salvation. All these things must happen. And that's why, you know, through the Spirit, we can see what's next. It's going to be persecution, man, right? Because now the name Israel, which through the Spirit, you know, we've been pushing out the name Yasha Allah of who the true Israelites are. But now they got it mainstream media. People that didn't even know that was a place, you know, now they know. People that didn't know nothing about Palestine, now they know. You see? So he's going to strain these things along, and, you know, hey, we got to be locked in tight, because hey, things about to get hot.
Yep. And that precept closed out with saying, and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations. You see, so the Israelites were sold into slavery through all the nations, right? And then it also said, and parted my land. All right, you have that land of Israel where Israel once dwelt is now Lebanon, Syria, Jordan. The land of Israel is part of it's owned by Palestine. You know,
Exactly.
It's all this. The land of Israel's divided amongst these nations, man. And now it's time for the Lord to bring y'all all back to the place where it all started.
Right.
And just show you see this shit right here. You see the people that used to be here. Now y'all got to be judged for it. Now you got to see the judgment of the Lord. Now you got to see what my right hand can do.
Yeah, you grab Deuteronomy, I believe, chapter 11, around verse 12. But yeah, see, we don't give a damn about you Palestinians, you Edomites, all you people that's over there in the land. You let them people go to war and do what the hell they do, because when you go into, you know, all these nations partook in a you had the Atlantic slave trade, but you also have something called the sub-Saharan slave trade. You know, they sent. That's why the scriptures say that we was sold to the four corners of the earth. Like the brother just read in Joel the 3rd chapter, they said that they scattered his nation. You know, these different nations that spread us through the four corners of the earth, man. Through what? Through slavery, through bondage, man. Right? And now the Lord is coming back to judge the place.
Deuteronomy what?
I believe in chapter 11, around verse 12.
Okay.
But say, that's his land. You know, the eyes.
It is Deuteronomy 11 and 12. It says, a land which the Lord thy power careth for. Well, I'll read verse 10. Deuteronomy 11 and 10. It says, for the land whither thou goest in to possess it is not as the land of Egypt from whence thou came, or from whence he came out, where thou sowest thy seed, and waterest it with thy foot as a garden of herbs. But the land whither ye go to possess it, it is a land of hills and valley, and drinketh water of the rain of heaven. It was clean water.
Yeah, beautiful land.
Yep.
Man. Sheesh.
It said a land, in this verse 12, a land which the Lord thy power careth for. The eyes of Yahweh thy power are always upon it.
See? That's why the judgment is coming. It's the eyes of the Lord is always upon that land. And you see, that's why the Lord, and when you go to Deuteronomy, the 8th chapter, that's why the Lord gave us the law, statutes, and commandments of how to deal in the land. You know, not just amongst the nation, but how we deal in the land, going to like the land Sabbaths, so on and so forth. He said you will, you know, you can sow 6 years, but in that 7th year you don't sow.
7 years.
Yep.
Year rest.
Yep. You know, going to the land Sabbaths. He said, hey, don't even worry about how you should eat, because he said, I'm gonna give my commandment. You know, and then you go eat at the old store. You know, you go eat of the old fruits that you reap. But you know, pretty much that's the Lord's land, man. And, you know, and he's been looking there, and he's been seeing the wickedness that's been taking place there. You know, the biggest mole parade out there. Okay, see, this is the judgment of the Lord, because you people, you thought all together that the Lord was with you, man. So we rejoice at these things. This is just signs of the coming, you know. And this is a topic that brothers are going to be on, because why? This is a transition in prophecy, man. This is us going to the next phase of prophecy, man.
And you know, like the brother said, and like we read, the eyes of the Lord are over in the Middle East, all right, because that's the land that was given unto the Israelites. This is Zechariah chapter 1 and verse 15. And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. For I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction. So see, the Lord, his eyes being, the majority of the Lord's attentions over there in that Middle East. He sees all the wickedness being done over there. He sees the wickedness of Esau, like we read in Joel chapter 2, that's happening over there. So what the Lord is going to do, because the Lord's eyes have been on that land from the beginning, like it said, from the beginning of the year, it says from the beginning of the year, even unto the end of the year. So the Lord is watching at all times what's happening over there, from the beginning of times. So he's been watching what was done to the Israelites. Then after after the Roman Empire, he started seeing what was done to the land, all right, how it's been treated. And you can hear the Colosseum crowd roar. That's some crazy shit, bro. But the Lord's eyes are over there, man. So they said that the Lord is displeased with the heathen that are at ease. And why are these heathen at ease? Or they have been, there's a reason they've been at ease is because they felt like they weren't going to be judged for the things that are taking place over there in the Middle East, primarily to the Israelites. So now that time the Lord has gathered them over there. He's setting the stage up, and it's like they can't resist themselves.
Right.
They're like, yo, I don't know what it is. I just want to go to war with these people.
Like the scripture said about Alexander.
Yep.
It said he moved with great choler.
Right.
That's why he was conquering like that. The Spirit of the Lord was on him.
Yep.
And that's why you got to be in tune with these scriptures, because everything makes sense. It all plays out. Prophecy kills free will. If you had free will, it wouldn't be no need for prophecy.
Right.
You see?
Yep.
You got something else on that?
No. I'm going to go back to...
Deuteronomy? Oh, yeah.
No, to... or was there more in Deuteronomy?
No, I think that was it.
Yeah, that was pretty much. We can go to that Sirach then. Sirach. Sirach.
You want me to read it?
I got it. Sirach chapter 12. And just to get to the point, brothers know what part of the chapter we at. The never trust thine enemy. But like the brother was going into, never let a good crisis go to waste. Ultimately we know that the way of man is not of his own, but the Most High who directs his steps. So what Edom is getting ready to do is this crisis that the Most High has created. The Most High is going to put it in the heart of Esau to not let this crisis go to waste, because the Most High is not a man that he should lie. He promised that there would be something that happened over there in the valley of Jehoshaphat. So what the Lord is doing now is setting these things up. Okay, so Esau is not going to let things go by, because it's not going to be in his heart to let things just slide. Just like Pharaoh. Pharaoh was like, nah, I ain't going to let this slide. These people, now we're going to put, you got to do the same amount of work with less straw.
Right. We're
going to come down with the hammer. And that's what these Americans are getting, this what the leaders of this world through America is getting ready to do. You have something
real quick. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 21, verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will.
You got it?
Yeah. Hey, so it's ultimately the judgment of the Lord. The Lord is controlling the minds of everybody, on the right-hand side and on the left-hand side, man. So he calls, so-called Hamas to launch those missiles over there to Israel, and Israel so-called turned off the Iron Dome, and all this nonsense. But just to orchestrate his work, because even your boy Albert Pike, he prophesied about the 3 world wars. You see, so this is Esau's agenda anyway,
right.
But it's the Lord that gave him that agenda. Go ahead.
Right. And that's the thing, is that Esau, he knows that he has his goal of eventually setting himself in that land, declaring himself the Most High,
that's it,
ruling from over there, and everybody's a servant unto him. He'll know exactly what you're thinking, how fast your heart is beating, and that's to be their headquarters.
Yep.
Okay? But as he's progressed forward with his plans, it's angered a lot of people. He's had to kill a lot of people. He's had to cause things to happen on the earth that has made people mad. And it's gotten to the point to, here we are in 2023, where now nations and the leaders of these nations are like, yo, we see what you're doing.
Right.
We ain't going to let you. That's why Russia is over there in the Middle East. Because they're like, yo, we ain't going to let you do this. Like, we see what you're doing. We see what you're trying to set up, but it's not going to work. And so now the nations are fighting back. Now the weak are saying they are strong, because they're getting backed up. Because the rest of the world outside of really America is preparing themselves to come up against the horde, man. Okay?
to come up against the beast. Ultimately, the beast itself is going to shoot the whore. It's going to burn her with fire, man. But this is what the Lord is orchestrating on the earth, and it's all going to culminate over there in the Middle East, because that's Esau's plan, you know. But what happens? The Lord is going to disappoint him.
Yep.
He's going to disappoint the devices of the crafty. He's going to tie you up in those same snares, man, because he not only put it in your spirit to create weapons of mass destruction, but he's going to the Lord is going to put it in your mind to be stupid enough to use them.
I got a quick one. Job chapter 20, verse 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
There you go.
Yep. Now, where wicked goes into laborers, man. But ultimately, all the nations, you know, they want ready to lay their hand upon him, man. And the fullness of his sufficiency, because what he got that, like if you got this dude Albert Pike, you know what I'm saying, and everybody know he was a Mason, and he so-called predicting these 3 world wars. That was a left-hand spirit, you know, uttering these things to him, you know. So that's why in the fullness of his sufficiency, because what they called upon their astrologers and the stargazers, so on and so forth. Esau really tapped into that left-hand magic. Okay, so those spirits are telling them to go forward with it. Go forward with your war. You know, implement your seeker. Do this, do that. Right? But in the fullness of his sufficiency, he gonna be in straits. Why? Because the spirits ultimately lead him to the king of terrors, man.
Right. Yep. So going into this Sirach 12 and get right to the point, verse 17. I'll read actually from 16. Yeah, 16. Sirach 12 and 16, it says, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
Hey, and that's funny too, because he speaking, let's say, sweet with his lips.
Sweetly.
He's speaking sweet with his lips, like, oh,
real
yeah,
nice.
Yeah, we go stand for Israel and sanction Iran and do this, that, and other Palestine. Whole while he's using that little crisis to roll on the whole world, man. Mm-hmm. You know, you forget about all these so-called immigrants that's coming in through the border. Hey, man, we in the time of war right now, man. And he's distracting you and got you worried about this. The whole while, a sword is behind his back. War is in his heart. Edom is he's ready to make his move because he knows he have but a short time. You see?
It says he will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood.
That's it. Never let a good crisis go to waste. You know what I'm saying?
If he find opportunity,
yep.
Hey, you better believe there's going to be blood on the streets. And what do they say?
War's a racket.
Right?
Yeah, well, how it goes? I know what you was thinking about.
When there's blood in the streets, sell.
Yep.
Or buy.
It's cheaper to buy when blood is in the streets.
Right. Yep.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's why they say, war's a racket. And
that's how Esau makes his money.
Exactly.
That's how he's gotten his hold over the earth, is through the crisis that he's created. And he funded the wars.
Exactly.
And they show you that in that movie, House of Rothschild.
Yep.
They showed you that he was funding the war with the Britons. He was funding the war with the Russians.
France.
Yep, France.
Napoleon and shit.
That's what it was. Yeah, Napoleon, not the Russians. Napoleon.
Yep. And then what the mother said, if my sons didn't want war, there would be no wars.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you dealing. That's why that show Game of Thrones is a good show to watch, because it show you it ain't just about the king or the ruler. But you got people like the Lannisters. They pretty much was funding these wars. They had the military. You know, they had all the money. You know, so pretty much they had sway over the king. They had sway over the top rulers, and that's all Esau Edom is doing. And that's why so much infighting. A kingdom divided against itself cannot stand, man. That's a good show when you really get into like the intricate details of it. That's going up.
Yep. Verse 17. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first, and though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee.
Yep, and that's this whole situation that's going on right now. Problem, reaction, solution. He already know what he want to bring forth, so he done created the adversity, and there he go. It's right there in his homeland, so to say. Right. You know, and now you got all these different countries talking about who they stand with and stand for. But whole while this is ushering into that world war, man. And the hell with them Palestinians anyway, man. Like we went into earlier, hey, they partook in our downfall as well. So this is just the Lord gathering these nations, man. What we seeing right now is just beautiful, bro. It's beautiful. The Lord is really. Joel the 3rd chapter verse 1, like the brother read, the Lord is really gathering these nations and getting them ready to be destroyed and to bring salvation to the nation of Israel, starting with the elect.
That's right. It says, verse 18, he will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much, and change his countenance.
Yep. Hey, he whispering much. He putting thoughts into your mind. It's all a psyop. He's programming you, you know, and you think that anti-sim shit was crazy then. It's gonna get to a whole nother level. That's why we can foresee that great persecution is coming. And that's why when you read going into like Matthew 20, the 24th chapter, you know, going into wars and rumors of wars, it said all these are the beginning of sorrows. Then it goes into, you know, it shifts gears into what? The persecution of the saints. So, you know, we've been seeing the wars, rumors of wars, famine, pestilence, and plagues. But now what? Now we about to shift gears. That's why the scripture said, y'all closed out with it yesterday, Luke 21. Yeah, when you see these things come to pass, look up for your redemption, draw up nigh. That's the time that we in right now. Yeah, on that.
No, that was it on that one.
While you grab, jump back to Job chapter 20, verse 23. When he is about to fill his belly, and what is this filling his belly? You know, pretty much chipping the whole world. That's his whole goal, man. To chip the whole world, all right, and to so-called be a god. You know, that's what he want. He want, like Apostle Gabal was going to that interview with who was it, Alex Jones and Aaron Russo. What
Alex Jones and Aaron Russo,
yeah. What more do you want? If you already got the power and all this money. What more do you want? They want control.
Right.
You know.
They want to be able to let you use what they've given you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we gave it to you, but now we're gonna
Exactly.
allow you to use it this time.
Yep.
And that's ultimate power, man.
Yeah.
That's like the Most High.
Yeah, because the scripture say the Most High giveth and he taketh away.
Right, exactly. These devils, man. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. And what's crazy is that the other nations see what Esau's doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's only you regular idiots out here that just don't see that what this man is trying to do is to have control over everything. And you people, you've been complaining over years about a damn cell phone and losing privacy on that, but you don't see that he's taking your privacy and what you can and cannot do away from you as you live, man. Every day there's some new thing that, you can't do this unless you have this.
Yeah.
You can't watch this no more unless you subscribe.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is you're gonna have to be subscribed to the image of the beast, man. And how are you gonna be inscribed into their system? It's gonna be through that charagma, man. You gotta be plugged in. You gotta be juiced in to be a part of it, man. And that's the only way things are gonna get. Or you're gonna be allowed to move and do anything, man. Even to the point of eating. You're not gonna be able to buy food unless you're plugged in, man. And ultimately, that's all Esau's end goal. Okay, that's what Esau wants to eventually do here on the earth, but it's not going to be accomplished, man. Because he's going to go to war and it's going to be too much for him to handle, and everything's just going to collapse. And then in the midst of that, Yahushua is going to return. Here it is, Esau's thinking it's going to plan. Yeah, we're going to destroy these nations and then come with this the new world order right after these things get demolished, but. Yahushua, like we were talking about yesterday at camp, here it is. Yahushua just randomly pops up out of nowhere, man. What are you going to do then? You're not going to be able to do anything. You're going to shit your pants and then go running into those mountains that you've carved out. You had it though?
Yeah, come.
Go ahead.
Wait 1 second.
Let me get this one here, Revelation. This is Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
And that's what we're seeing right now, so-called Operation Warp Speed.
Yep.
You know, Esau Edom to put this shit in another gear. That's why it's crisis after crisis. They call it, I believe, was it this year or last year? They called it the year of the holy crisis.
Yep.
You know, they pretty much got you people on edge, but what they're doing is they're pretty much leading, like what they say, sheep to the slaughter. You know, they're pushing you in that direction. You know, like you say, you got to subscribe to these things. They're pushing you in that direction where he's pretty much gonna be justified to bring out his seed here. He gonna be justified to bring forth martial law. Cause you see what in every damn state you got so-called Israel and Palestinian protests. So we're gonna see where this really goes, man.
Right, and that's what that's exactly why the Esau ain't gonna let this crisis go to waste, because he got the reaction that he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
He got the split decision
Yep.
that he was looking for. You got one side saying this and one side supporting that. So perfect.
Yep.
Now we got these people rioting. Some of the allies of America are gonna be like, yo, we ain't gonna want we don't want our people to tear our heads off
Mhm.
supporting America and Israel, so we need to back off from this, and because they're gonna see where it's leading, and you can see how that's gonna lead to them hating the whore. Because when shit gets pressed, that oil gets pressed from people out there in the Middle East, they're gonna be like, yo, you caused all this.
And you got
It was you two. The least the flock shall draw them out. It was because of y'all two niggas, man. But the two sides that are at each other is gonna cause division even further amongst the nations, man. Because like the brother's saying, although America is predominantly pro-Israel, you got a lot of pro-Palestinian protests happening here in America. So that in itself, you had the New York mayor talking about, it's my city. Y'all had the audacity to come in. You know,
Yeah.
basically, you know, come to Bill Sharp's town and
Yeah,
show
show
their
your
ass.
ass, yeah.
That's what the people were doing.
Mhm.
But these people, the people who are in rulership right now, are like, yo, how are we pro-Israel? All this shit that Esau's been doing with the whole anti-Semitism and shutting those talks down throughout the years has been a setup for this.
Yep.
Because now you have those people that have been muffled, and they're like, "Oh no, we for Israel," because they don't want to. They don't want to be muffled no more. So you have to steal the other side that's like, "Nah, I smell fish.
Yep.
Something ain't right here." And those are the people that are not falling for this shit, man. And see, this is the perfect. The harvest is ripe.
Oh yeah.
The harvest is ripe, and now is the time to start to pick, man. And Lord's will, this be the catalyst that gets things going, man. And we say that all the time when any event happens, but hey, man, things are looking bright. You just had the earthquake in Afghanistan the same day that they did the launch, with the attack. Then you just had the eclipse.
Yep.
Over 2/3 of America, man.
The Lord is speaking, like the brothers were going into yesterday.
Too much, bro.
Yeah.
Too much. And you people distress of nations.
Oh yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, brothers, man, this is we getting the Lord is hey. Matter of fact, let me get it. Second Ezra chapter 9. Bear with me with my voice, man. I know it hurts for me to talk loud, so I know that it might sound quiet a little bit. But Second Ezra chapter 9. And verse, I'll start at verse 3 or verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And we see those signs. Those were the wars and rumors of wars. Nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. But the end is not yet, right? And then they continue to go on and say other things that would take place, right? So it says, therefore, verse 3, when there shall be seen earthquake and uproars of the people in the world, and that's what we see happening. And it's been getting worse and worse as the years have progressed, right? Verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. And the end is manifested how? We see it.
Yep. With the signs.
We know that the end is America being destroyed. We know what it takes for a nation to be destroyed or even shot at. It means war. We see it. We see the stage lights coming on, man. It's starting to be revealed what the scenery is going to look like. You know?
And that's beautiful. I'm just meditating. That's Ezra going way back to the Persian Empire, man.
Right.
That's how you know that was written for today. They say measure the time diligently in itself.
Right.
And now what? You know, of course, time had to pass by because now we standing back on our feet because we still had to get the gospel. You know, Yahushua had to come. Then even after Yahushua departed, you know, he had to give the visions to John the Revelator. So we had to know what the MOTP is. So
Right.
hey, we measured the time diligently. We see the whole infrastructure set. We see everything that's going on. The signs of the time, perplexity of the nations. You know, the signs in the sky and the signs of the moon.
Right.
You know.
That's what it is, man. Is, you know, and what's funny is that, you know, I say the angel told Ezra here, measure thou the time diligently himself, and then a couple chapters later, he tells him the timetable. You know, divided into 12 parts.
Yep.
You know, and the 10th part is already passed. So he told him the timetable.
Yep.
He gave him like, look, there ain't much time left on this
Uh-huh.
measuring this time, because you see that it's already short. That's why when Yahushua came on the scene, that was it, man. He said it is finished. It was downhill from there. The Romans already fell. They were healed, and it's been only a matter of time for a long time.
Yep.
So, it's only right that this be the time where Esau's like, yo, let's get this thing rolling, man. And Lord's will that be the case. We don't want to be here another fucking 5 years, man. This shit is fucking miserable, man. Imagine you, man, just beginning to make the payments on a mortgage. God damn, dog.
Yeah, because Jake so late in the game, because Esau, he done beat us down so bad. Jake finally started to get a little knowledge and try to find his feet.
Right.
Man, it's too late.
Nah,
But
yeah.
we need salvation.
Yeah, this shit's too fucked up right now to do that, bro. You can't even afford to buy a car.
Used car.
You gonna
Like,
try to, man? I'm telling you, people, man. Yeah, this is it. This gotta be it, man. This gotta be it. And guess what? If it's not, then we gonna keep hoping and praying and wishing and what expecting the end. Okay, because the Lord said that He's given us an expected end.
That's right.
Okay, and the expected end is that there's going to be a crisis that is not going to go to waste.
Yep, the apostles been saying too, something will happen over there in the Middle East to start gathering these nations. Well, let me jump back in Job. You was done on that, Ezra?
Yeah.
All right, jump back in the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 23. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High should cast the fury of his wrath upon him and should rain it upon him while he is eating. And that's pretty much right now Esau Edom. He done set the table and he ready to eat. And he don't mind spilling blood, man.
Right.
He don't mind. See, one thing about Esau Edom, he understand a sacrifice, man.
Right.
You see? He sacrificed on the daily.
He do a lot of sacrifice.
God.
A lot of y'all people get sacrificed.
Mm-hmm. Hey, and whether America got to be sacrificed or not in his book, this dude still plan on ruling supreme as a guy. He got what they say contingency plans.
Yeah.
But the Lord, he's going directly to the king of terrors, and the Lord is going to upset him, man. That's why it's beautiful. That's why us spending the know, we just sit back and we just pretty much enjoying the show and trying to stay on fire, man, trying to stay in the spirit, because we can obviously see the Lord is working, and it's beautiful, because especially when you're dealing with like the Palestinians and shit, they known for dying about what they believe in, so to say. Okay, so that show you, man, it's finna get real hot, man. It's finna get real hot, because they ain't, when you got like groups like this clashing, they not just go lay down. Especially that you got missiles being fired over and over. So now all Esau got to do is, his propaganda machine, keep it on the news, keep it on the TV, and it's going to continue to rile the spirits up, man.
Yep. You had something?
Yeah, I want to grab this in Ecclesiastes 8.
Yep, good.
Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 4. It says, "Where the word of a king is, there is power. And who may say unto him, what doest thou?" And right now, the king of the world right now is Esau Edom, man. He's the one sitting in that ruler seat. Just to tell you in Job, the 9th chapter, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Hey, so whatever word he pushed forth, you people go talk y'all shit a little bit, but you go comply. He just shut the whole world down 3 years ago, due to the scamdemic. And you people act like that shit ain't never happened. So now he just go set up another catastrophe. He go use something else as a catalyst to push you in that direction that he won't. Because he's the king. He got the power. How much refusing can you really do?
And that crisis with him shutting down the world, that he didn't even let that go to waste.
Oh yeah.
He accomplished what he needed to do. He cut out the middle class.
Mm-hmm.
He cut out the small businesses. He consolidated everything under a small umbrella of companies.
Mm-hmm.
So that what happened when he put out those mandates, these companies were like, "Oh no, you gotta show us your card to do business,
Yep.
or you gotta have this on to even come in here." So these companies were following the orders that they were being given.
Exactly.
And so that's why they're going to continue to consolidate things, because it's ultimately going to be under one banner. That's going to be that image, that NWO. All right, that's what everything's going to be brought into. That's why you're going to have to only be able to go to him and what he says you can go to. That's why no man shall buy except he that hath the mark or sell. But even again, just going to the general point of it, he didn't even let that go to waste. He used that to the fullest of his extent.
And to this day, still stringing it along.
Tested
still,
people,
yeah.
tested people and everything.
What he says, it's new variants still popping up.
Right, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now we coming into well, we in fall now, or coming into fall. It's finna get real. What the scripture? Yeah, how much I say himself? Pray that your flight be not in the winter, man.
Right.
Right. So, hey, man. That's why we got the scripture say things written aforetime written for our learning. We got to stay locked into these scriptures and let the Lord, because ultimately the Spirit is what connect the dots for us. But continue to read, study, and pray. And call upon the Lord, because the Lord is showing us that everything is being made known right now. So we got to just pray that we are kept.
This is Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5, talking about Esau. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. And that's what's going to come to Esau, man. That's why he knows that he has a short time, and he knows that judgment's getting ready to catch up with his ass. So can I accomplish this goal if I speed up things, if I cut corners? And what's that going to do is going to cause things to start to crumble. It's going to start sides to cave in, people to fall, people to cave in and fold and do all this type. All manner of things are going to start to happen. Why? Because they're going to try to speed things up. And what happens when you try to work fast? You make mistakes. Yep. When you sit here, a lot of shit, up on that board, a lot of tickets.
Yeah.
That's when you fuck up. A mistake might happen. That's where it's more likely to happen.
Right.
And that's what's going to happen to Esau. That's why Isaiah 19 is a beautiful chapter, because it tells you in that chapter that things are not going to be going the right way, man. It's going to be the end of you devils, man. All these good crises that you keep taking advantage of, good, keep it going, man, because that pride has deceived you, man. That shit that you have in your mind, it ain't going to come to happen. No matter how much you do it. Hey, man, we applaud Esau every time he does all this shit. Hey, man, you're not doing it. Nothing can be done against the truth before the truth. That's just point blank, period.
What verse you want in Isaiah 19?
That was 6. Cool. I finished off at 6.
You know what I'm saying? You want me to grab Isaiah 19?
Yeah, go ahead.
Which verse?
Just started like verse 2.
Oh, yeah, just kind. All right. Well, I started at verse 1.
Yeah.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 19, verse 1. The burden of Egypt. And we know modern day Egypt would be America. Behold, the Lord Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt. And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And ultimately, when the Lord come, man, we were speaking about this before we even started the lesson, man. That's going to be a terrible day, man. That's great power. Everybody's going to tremble, man. Yeah. Verse 2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And you can read second Ezra 15, 16, because with this war, it's going to bring forth rations, food rations, which is going to bring forth the famine. And you go see, like, man, people are going to fucking lose it. There's only so much a man can take before he fucking snaps and loses shit. As a man, man, it's just, you get into I don't give a fuck mode,
That's why the scriptures say, give me any plague with the plague of the mind.
Yep.
The apostles have been saying it for years. When people have nothing else to lose, they lose.
That's it, bro.
They lose the little bit of sanity that's left. When there ain't no more sanity to give, hey, man, it's just the hell with the rest. That's what the people are going to say, man. Fuck this shit. You go kick somebody's door in and kill that motherfucker.
They didn't want another for the lack of bread.
Exactly. That's what Esau wants, man. And that's what he's going to cause to happen on the earth.
Yep. Isaiah 19:3.
That's why Esau has to use this war to accomplish what he wants, because he already sent so much money over to Israel. So imagine if there's a war where you have to sustain the military to go to war over there, man. You got to provide even more money. And not only that, but you're also providing for Ukraine. People in America are going to lose their goddamn minds, bro. When people already thinking, they're sending all this money over there, why are we suffering over here?
Exactly.
Imagine now another war breaks out, and they're going to do the same thing over there. You people ain't going to have that shit, man. Y'all going to protest. Yep. Y'all going to the streets.
That's the spirit, dude. At my job just said that the other day. It was speaking about Ukraine. So, yeah, man, now America's finding, now they got to find another war. You know, and when they always been fond in Israel,
Right.
but it
But
shows
people don't know that.
exactly.
People, but now it's
They
starting to
caught
come
on.
out.
Yeah, they caught on with that Ukraine thing.
Yep.
Hey, that's how you know Esau doing this shit on purpose, bro.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it just showed that he just sent another aircraft carrier, you know, that way.
Right.
And the scriptures speak about the bride shall mourn,
Right.
you know, because of the war, because the bridegroom's gonna be off the war. So the draft is coming, man. This
And
prophecy is speaking loud and clear, bro.
Yeah, man. It's you know, something that the Elder Yashwamba had said in one of his videos is that you know, these devils in the contract they have with Satan is that they have to proclaim the things that they're getting ready to do before they do them. So that's the problem. That's the thing with Esau is that that's why he puts things in movies. That's why he'll tell you of these things that that are gonna come.
Right.
You know, there might be another pandemic that comes. There might be another this or that. Hey, bro, they have to tell you these things, and now the people are finally starting to realize, because through the prophets, through the Spirit of the Lord that's being pushed out on the earth, that these devils are up to something.
Yeah. Like
People are no longer just nonchalantly letting things go past.
Right.
People are, hold on, what was that again? Say that again.
Right. Because it's affecting them now.
Yeah,
And like we just read in Ecclesiastes 8th chapter, where the word of the king is, there is power behind that word. So
Right.
pretty much he's proclaiming himself as a God. And what the scriptures say about the Most High. Before new things spring forth, I tell you with him.
Yep.
So that's Esau Edom. This dude is really trying to be a god, man. And we know, Lord willing, we get it in the book of 2nd Maccabees, I believe, what happened to Antiochus when he thought he was a god. You know,
Right.
the Lord put an invisible and incurable plague on this man.
Yep.
You know, to the point he couldn't stand his own smell.
Yeah. Dying from the inside out.
Yeah, bro.
You know, hey, but that's what's happening to America. This
Mhm.
place is dying from the inside out, man. You know that iron mixed with miry clay. That sounds like gangrene. You know,
Yeah.
fucking foot swelling up and it's just rotting from the inside out. Guess what? You can't stand on that foot. You gotta walk around on a crutch.
Yep.
Fucking balloon-sized leg, and you on a wheelchair, man. No matter, you could have the largest quads in the world, but your foot swollen like a goddamn water balloon.
That's it.
You ain't standing, you ain't doing nothing on that leg, man. You know?
It's like in the movie Roots, you know, with Kuta Kinte, when he kept running, you know, they was beating him and shit. What they ended up doing, chopping off some of his toes to the point he couldn't run because that was his balance. You know, you need your toes, bro. So like really going to that gangrene, man, this feet mixed with iron and miry clay, and that's what the Lord for the strike. This place is done. It's finished.
Yeah, and what does the scripture say? Sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. What happens when you can't stand on your feet?
Yeah, sit your ass down.
You gotta sit down. You gotta just sit down, bro. You gonna fall. Oh, and that's what's gonna happen. America's gonna fall, man. And great it's gonna be that fall because why? There's a high and lofty.
Mm-hmm.
The well-favored harlot that was set up on high is gonna come falling down, man.
On top
And
of the
great
beast.
shall be that
Yeah.
fall.
You finna fall off the beast.
Yep. Everybody likes to say that joke. What sound does a tree make if no one's around when it falls?
Right.
Well, y'all getting ready to find out when America falls, man, because there's gonna be a great tree that collapses, man. Y'all gonna hear it. It's gonna be the sound it's gonna be something that's heard around the whole world. The collapse of America. Okay, go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 19, verse 3. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof.
Go. The spirit of Egypt is not America known as spiritually Sodom. It's spiritually Egypt, the place where the Israelites served captivity. The modern day Egyptians are the Americans, man. Go ahead. And not to mention the paganism and the Babylonian and Egyptian customs here in America. You got obelisks all over the place. You know, you got Egyptian gods that are worshipped here. The sun god. You got Sunday. People go to church on Sunday. The Virgin Mary, you see the sun behind her head. You know, and everything with baby Jesus with the sun coming up. Come on, man. All that shit is Egyptian shit going back to Horus, man. You know, what was it Horus Semiramis? Oh no, that's Tammuz, Semiramis, and Nimrod, Semiramis, and Tammuz. You know, which is Babylonian, but it goes even further back. Osiris, what was it? Isis, or Ishtar, and and what was the son? Horus. I believe it was either the dad was named Horus and the son Osiris, or it was the other way around, vice versa. Go ahead.
Yep. It says, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols. So all those left-handed entities that you were just naming, they really gonna be praying to him, to the Virgin Mary, to Jesus Christ.
Niggas gonna be staring at the sun.
Right, raw.
Oh boy,
man.
you gonna be staring at the sun. It just ain't gonna be the sun. It's gonna be the mental explosion. Your eyes gonna melt your sockets. Go ahead.
And they should seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards.
Yeah. And the scriptures tell you that they see if they gonna deliver you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the fucking procrastinators, you know, the soothsayers, all this. None of them is gonna save you, man. You know what they're gonna say? Nothing. Words, the bum's the word.
Like you were talking about yesterday, that demon just gonna be laughing at your ass. Like,
They gonna be chucking.
he followed me all the way to the King of Terrors.
Yeah.
You know, because that's one thing beautiful about the prophets of the Lord. We like going to an unexpected end. We foresee like the kingdom. You know, in our minds, like we foresee how shall I come back to deliver us. Esau, you don't see none of that shit, man. All you got is implement your chip, and after that, what? It's black, you know.
Nothing.
War, yeah, how
Now what?
Yeah, exactly. That's
Sit there
it.
like this, twiddling your thumbs like,
He's
come
done,
on,
man.
bro. Yeah.
That was it, Isaiah. You want something else?
I could keep on this Ezekiel 35 and then we'll close out on that. Ezekiel 35 and 7, it says, "Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passes out and him that returneth." You see, so Mount Seir is Esau, Edom, man. That's where Esau dwelt. And where is Esau dwelling out of? You know, the three city states.
Yeah.
You know, Washington D.C., which is here in America, London City, which is over there in Britain, and then you got the Roman Catholic Church, which is over there in Italy, man.
And when you go into the Vatican, it goes to like prophet to prophesy, so that's that false prophet.
Yeah.
And like you just reading
Three
about Mount
unclean
Seir.
frogs.
Hey, Mount Seir is over there in our land, man. We go get Mount Seir back. Let's say be given to the tribe of Judah, right?
Okay.
You see, so the Lord not gonna destroy Mount Seir. You know, he gonna destroy the people. It's a people like we always. The same thing with Jerusalem. It's a people before it's a place. Same thing with Mount Seir. You know, because Esau Edom went to Mount Seir later. You know, he's not the original inhabitants of Mount Seir.
It goes on to say, verse 8, "I will fill his mountains with his slain men, and thy hills and in thy valleys and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. I will make thee." You see, there's just going to be a whole lot of killing here in these last days, man. And again, this is going to be that crisis that Esau's going to be using, man. Thinking he's getting off on you people, you know. It says, I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy cities shall not return, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. See, you devils are going to know, man. When all these things end up failing you, when all these things come to bite you in the ass, man, all this destruction that Esau's going to do on the earth, all this killing of people, just to not to make it,
Right.
just to get to the finish line and think that he's actually going to accomplish what he's looking for, just to be disappointed. How sad is that going to be? I mean, you should kill yourself. That's what people do. But what does Scripture say? That they shall seek death but shall not find it. These devils, you gonna start hearing them caves getting kicked in and rocks getting lifted up by men of the Lord, the elect. You ain't gonna be able to kill yourself fast enough before the men of the elect come and get you out of those mountains, man. You ain't just gonna get, here it is, Lord Jacob D. Rothschild kills himself before the elect gets a hold of him. No, nigga, you gonna sit back there and everything's gonna be failing you, man. Verse 10, it says, "Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas the Lord was there." And what two nations, man? The northern and the southern kingdom. You people thought in your mind, man, we gonna have them for a possession. We gonna get these devils, man, or we gonna get these people. And that's what these devils did, man. They went, and their whole agenda from the beginning has been to take you Israelites down. That's why he ain't concerned about who dies in the midst of that.
Right.
You regular Edomites can die. You Moabites can die. You Ammonite. He don't care, because he wants to possess the children of Israel, man. And he'll do whatever it takes, even going to war just to possess the land itself. Because he's going to try to knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. As he's trying to possess the land, he's going to try to possess the people by doing the chip.
Yep.
That's why those two prophecies go hand in hand. World War III and the chip go together. Because Esau's going to be trying to possess the people and the land at the same time. And he don't care about the other nations. He's ready to go to war with y'all and fight it out with nukes, man.
Hey, that's our closest relative.
Right.
You know, we come out the same loins. You know, the same mother, the same father. You know, so Esau, he feel like the birthright was rightfully his. So
Right.
by any means, like Malcolm X said, by any means necessary. That's Esau Edom's, mindset.
Yep. Verse 11. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will even do according to thine anger, and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them. And I will make myself known amongst them when I have judged thee. Ooh, when I have judged thee, he's going to make it known. All Israel's going to know. Because what? We're going to be getting delivered. And we're going to be seeing the destruction of this place, man. And we're going to be affrighted, like the brother mentioned earlier in the lesson, man. We're going to be getting taken up, and we're going to be affrighted looking at the destruction, because we're just going to be narrowly escaping it, man. Tampa needs a score. You know?
I got a quick one here, though.
Yep.
2 Maccabees chapter 9, verse 11. Here, therefore, being plagued, he began to leave off his great pride and to come to the knowledge of himself by the scourge of the Most High, his pain increasing every moment. So that's ultimately the Lord that we quoted a few times earlier, leading you to the King of Terrors, man. See, it takes for great judgment and chastening from the Almighty Most High Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, to come down on you, to make you understand that you're insignificant, man. Pride is not made for man. You see, but you are the wicked, and you was created to be the wicked, and you just go do wicked shit. Only how the scripture going,
He will not let it be
Yep.
until you be taken out
that's
of the
it.
way.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know, the Lord got to come back and judge this damn devil, man. Because of great pride. That's why the Lord judged all these nations, man. Because of pride, man. Pride is not made for man. And what happens is these different kings back from the ancient days, ancient times, and even the wicked kings of the nation of Israel, man, get too pride, and what the Lord bring your ass down, man. You see?
Verse 12, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, and I have heard all thy blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying, they are laid desolate, they are given us to consume. And what does the scripture say, man? They that devour thee shall be devoured, man. They that spoil thee shall be spoiled. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints, man. We waiting for these things to come to pass, man. That's why we eager for Esau to move, man.
Yep.
We want you to take advantage of these things, man. Look. We'll point it out for you,
Right.
Esau. We'll be like, yo, did you miss that?
Right, God.
Did you see what Russia said? You gonna do something about it. You're gonna be instigated.
Right.
Verse 13, it says, thus, with your mouth ye have boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them.
Yep. I got you right here real quick.
Yep.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 10. For the ear of jealousy heareth all things, and the noise of murmurings is not hid. That's like the brother just read. The Lord, he beholds everything. Them angels coming back and forth,
Every idle word.
Exactly. You got to pay for that, man.
Hey, the scriptures say the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom.
Yep.
And what are the eyes of the Lord? The UFOs, man. You see the angels in the skies recording everything, man. Taking account to every single word that's being said and spoken here in this, especially here in America, man.
What Ezekiel said, when he seen the angel, he said the angel had eyes all over his body, man.
All around.
Whew, man, terrible thing, man.
Recording. Yeah, I think I seen that too.
All angles.
Verse 14, it says, thus saith the Lord power, when the whole earth rejoiceth, I will make thee desolate. See, why is the whole earth going to be rejoicing? Because the wicked has been brought low.
Mm-hmm.
He's been brought down to his original state, which is that state of a snake, with his belly to the floor, man. Lie on the ground, either sit in the ground or
Sit in the dust.
Yeah, sit in the dust, man, in this state of confusion.
Hey, that's beautiful. You said a state of confusion, because that's that great fall. You come from so high, like in the fullness of your
happened?
sufficiency, you got it. Now
did
you
that get here?
just scratching your head. You know.
Where did we go wrong?
Exactly.
These niggas gonna be in chains and in holding cells.
Yeah.
Wondering what the fuck? Where did we go wrong? At what point did we go wrong?
Right.
Well, I'll tell you. You went wrong back when you was Cain.
Right.
that's where the dominoes started falling.
This is where you fucked up. At.
Yeah, you slew your brother.
Exactly.
And then that's when you became the vagabond.
Mm-hmm.
And then you came back as Esau, and you were still a vagabond, because even though you was a clean leopard now at this point, but then you still went around the earth like the vagabond that you are, taking everybody's customs, hiding from your true identity.
Yep.
Blending. That's why then he would go into a land and change up all the images of everybody. See, this was me too.
Yep.
See, we are the people who lived here. No, you weren't, nigga. You came and killed everyone. We see the graves.
Right.
The dead bodies in the back. We see them, nigga. Like, what you think we stupid? But that's the thing, is that he was let loose to deceive the people. That's why he done these things. But now the chickens have come home to roost. The fat lady is singing. Everybody sees it. Everybody, the skirt has been lifted up. That wind blew. And everybody see that shit, you know. Verse 15, even put this is the last verse. As thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate, so will I do unto thee. Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumeam, even all of it, and they shall know that I am Yahweh.
Yep.
There you go.
Pursuant to the book of Obadiah, man. After 1,000 years of hardcore slavery, you're gonna be rounded up and you're gonna be burned up. You know? And that's gonna be your history. The scripture say he would cut off how I go every son and nephew, roughly paraphrased. So cut that you cut the males out, ain't no reproducing. You see, so you come into the time of great judgment. The Lord is, and we witnessing the downfall of our enemies, and it's just so beautiful, man. That's why the scripture say I was standing in awe of the Lord. You're like, everything He spoke and commanded is just coming to pass, and we right here in awe of the Lord right now. It's your part.
Close out with this verse. I think it's in Sirach. Sirach 39 and 16. All the works of the Lord are exceeding good, and whatsoever He commanded shall be accomplished in due season. So, hey, man, it's a good thing that these things are going to happen on the earth, man. It's a good thing that America is going to collapse. It's a good thing that the so-called white man is going to have to pay for his judgments, because it's righteous. It's a righteous thing to trouble them that have
Recompense.
it is a righteous thing to recompense tribulation to them that have troubled you, man. It's a righteous thing. Okay, so these things it's going to be. It's a good thing that these things are going to take place on the earth, man. It's needful. A lot of people. I know you people are fed up, man. You're fed up with how life is. It's needful for us for these things to happen. This is not our rest, man. This is not our rest. This is not how things are supposed to be on the earth. But the things that are getting ready to happen are needful for things to change, man. Change does not just come for no reason. Leaves have to fall off of a tree for the season to change into fall, man. Okay, it has to get cold. Okay, so-called life has to stop for winter to come. You can't just have trees blossoming in the winter, in the middle of winter, man. It's just not. It can't happen. But a change has to happen. Something has to be let go for something to grow back. You can't just have a leaf and another leaf start growing amongst that leaf. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. What has to be left behind is this world that Esau has created. That's why this world has to be brought to an end. This time period, the way that the people are living has to come to an end. That's why we say it all the time. Life as you know it, it's come to an end. It's gonna come to an end, man. Because it has to be left behind. That's why to come to serve the Lord, you have to forsake everything. You have to take it off. You have to leave that shit behind, man, to put on a new. Okay. So, you know, you got something?
What you just read just now? 39 and what?
It's 39 and 16.
All right, I'm in that same chapter, Sirach, chapter 39, and I'll go to verse 33. It says, all the works of the Lord are good, and He will give every needful thing in due season, so that a man cannot say, this is worse than that.
Yep.
For in time they shall all be well approved.
Yeah, everybody, when the kingdom of heaven is established, even the heathen are gonna be like, well, yeah, see, no, now it was a good thing
Right.
that shit happened, because I mean, we doing better off than we were before.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah, and we go implement what the scripture say. They go come to Israel to learn the ways of the Lord. You know, and we go implement the laws of life, man. This is how you survive. This is how you deal with your woman, your children. This is the foods to eat. You know, and we go beat it into you. We go rule over the nations. We go rule over the nations with the rod of iron. Okay, but you go see the benefits of it down the line. Just as a child, you know, he'll eat ice cream, cupcakes all day.
Whatever.
Exactly, you know. But you gotta judge the situation and show them like, nah, you can't do that. Then later on down the line, as you see an obese child, somebody missing all their damn teeth because of cavities from eating all those damn sweets, then he will realize, oh man, I will approve what my father was telling me. You see? So that's the time that we're coming in. You know, these things are much needed, or they said necessary evil. But this is all righteousness. It's beautiful, man. Call Allah Yahweh Bashem Shah.
You got it, brother.
All right. So with that, we pray you was edified. We want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone rule well. Peace and salutation to the elect. Shalom.